Well, hello there. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment, and all I'm doing right now is adjusting my computer so I can see your comments. Hey Maureen, I'm so glad you're here. If you weren't here yesterday, or if you are not, or if you don't remember what we were working on yesterday, I'm here to catch you up on all of that. But I teach fun art, not fine art. And so if you're here, you're liking fun art. Hi Heidi, I'm glad you're here. Oh, forgot to say, welcome to the show. And also, I'm going to dive right into this because there is a lot involved today. Not really. And there goes my sound again that I didn't turn off. Okay, now I'm ready to see you and hear you and work. So anyway, yesterday I showed you, let me just show you this is what we're working on as far as the template for our Halloween pumpkin. And this is actually a pumpkin birdhouse. Actually, it's a birdhouse, but it's been converted to a pumpkin birdhouse. And yesterday I had said I wanted it to be a pumpkin with a chimney because these birds sometimes need their fireplace. So my brush took off and did slate roof. And so I came back last night and I made it into what I had started out to do. And that is the fireplace. So anyway, this is the project. I'm going to try to show you everything. It even has a hanging place on the top of it, and it has a little thing on the bottom where you can. Now, one thing I'm noticing about this is that some of my paint is flaking off. That will need to be touched up. So, what we're doing today, though, I'm going to ignore that. I don't know why it's happening because I did prime the project, but it's working against that in some areas. So, what we're going to do today, isn't that pretty? Does it look like a pumpkin to you? I think it does. So anyway, what we're going to do today is I'm going to pencil in some of these items that are on the template. For instance, the bird will need an upper room. I probably won't, there's going to be a couple of doors, so this is going to be over one of the doors to match the fireplace stuff or the slate. There's a mailbox because these are long distance birds. And this is the back door or the side door, which is a little itty bitty door, and this is the larger or the back. I said front door, but it's really the back door because they're gonna probably use this one. Anyway, we're just gonna work with that chipping paint right now. I think it has to do with the plastic coating. So that shows you what would be done, what really would be done if I hadn't primed it. This is the cottage window that we're going to do today. I've got two of them. Hi Diana. And there's another window that's going to be on the back that's like this. So this is my birdhouse template, and if you would like a copy of it, I'll send it to you. If you'll let me, just message me and I'll send this to you in a PDF file. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but I'll send it to you in a PDF file or something that you can print out and use for your birdhouses. I do a lot of birdhouses, or I have done a lot of birdhouses in the past, and because I think they're fun and birds come back to them every single year. Not only that, but there are a lot of squirrels that come back to them also. I've tried to adjust my camera so that you would be able to see this a lot better in this way, but I'm going to also change it so I'm in a little bitty cage down here, and you won't be able to see me very well, but I'm there, and I'll be talking to you about what we're doing. Okay, there it is. This is a small one. Like I said, you won't be able to see me very well, but just give me 1 second to get this there. Okay, there I am. I'm little bitty. I think I lost some weight in that maneuver. Hey Diana, thank you for being here, and thank you Carolyn. Okay, we're going to get started, and I want to show you, I've kind of penciled in one of my windows here. And what I'm going to do today probably is, I said probably, this is what we're doing today. What we're going to do today is I'm going to pencil in some of these, the windows and the doors, because that's real important to the birds to have windows and doors. Yeah. So anyway, this is what I'm penciling in now. Now what I'll do later is I'll go back when I get this like I want it, and I'll paint the birdhouse. See, I'm just doing a diagonal windows because these are very fashionable birds. They like the very latest in cottage style. So this is the cottage style for today. I think, oh, and I'll probably make this into an opening window. Sounds like it. I know what I'm doing. I do. I've done a lot of these. And the birds, like I said, the only problem with birdhouses are squirrels. I do have some erasers if I make a mistake, and I have already, but I don't think I put an eraser out here today. I have a big box of erasers because I make that many mistakes. Okay, now we're going to go over here, and I'm going to, see, I eyeball a lot of this. So you can go back and look at this. After I do this live, I will upload it to my channel on YouTube if it disappears, so that if you want to make a fashionable birdhouse for your birds, you can do it also. Oh, this is a little bit different. I'll just use this eraser, hoping that my paint isn't going to chip off like it did on the bottom. Okay, so these shutters kind of do one of these things. See? I really loved this window when I saw it, because that's what the kind of window I would like if I were living in a birdhouse. Not really. That's the kind of window I'd like if I were living in a cottage. So if you have any questions or any comments, please say something. And I appreciate it if you say where you're from. I know where some of you are from, and I'm glad you're here. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just kind of penciling in this guy right here. And I don't use a ruler for this, but you could. You could if you wanted to. I may have done this before. I mean, the birdhouse thing, yeah. But I'm just going to do it like this, and it starts taking on some real personality after I start painting my windows and my boxes. Did you hear me? We're going to have some real pretty window boxes. So you're going to be wanting to stay around for that. I might not get to window boxes till tomorrow, though, if I don't be quiet and work here. So anyway, I'm going to come down on this one. Come down to the left, right here. This just comes right across. I hope I'm not interrupted today. I was on a call this morning, then it kept being interrupted. But there absolutely is no reason for the weather to disrupt. We have a beautiful fall day in Alabama today. I am in the northwest part of Alabama in Red Bay, if you know where That is, we are in our motorhome having it serviced in Red Bay, Alabama at Tiffin Motorhomes. And let me see. Now I want to do the panes. This is more or less to just show you how I'm using these templates. Now, if you care to receive the templates, a lot of people use graphite paper to transfer this. If that's something that you have access to, it would be easier to do that, since this is kind of an unusual design. I'm just making all of my windows. And see, to me, this is what makes it so precious. It's all handmade, it's hand painted, and I've had more than one bird come up to me and thank me. Not really, they don't care, but they're fashionable. Okay, this is one that's going to have a great big flowing, all kind of color, all kind of green stuff, sweet potato vines, everything coming out of it when we paint it. So you're going to love that part of it, I know. Now I'm going to come over here. This is really a test over here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try to duplicate that window. I didn't say, see, I'm seeing right now that some of my video is being interrupted. If it is, and it becomes too worrisome, and it just happens over and over, when I download this and put it, and it comes up on my YouTube channel or on Facebook, it will not have any interruptions. So that's my promise to you. Okay, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I was surprised yesterday because when I got off of my Facebook Live, it said I only had recorded 10 minutes. Well, I knew that wasn't the case because I had recorded like 25 or 30 minutes. And that just kind of upset me because I knew it had left off my most important speech. It wasn't really a speech. My most important comments. Okay. I just want to get this in a straight line right now. And see how it would be so easy to use graphite paper on this side of this. Because, hey Jane, so glad you're here. Because I'd be able to evenly put this on there. And I'd be able to kind of have my windows looking the same. But like I said, this is homemade, handmade, very important part of the process. Okay, now I'm going to come around here. Somewhat. Okay. Now, if you're just joining in, we're continuing working on our pumpkin birdhouse. That is such a nice pumpkin. I want to bite into it. Not really. You don't bite into pumpkins, but the colors just turned out very nice. And it's even going to look nicer because when I finish this, the finished product will have a UV protectant spray on it that will not harm birds, I don't think. But it's going to have a UV protectant to keep this from fading. So that's all I can tell you about that. Plus it's going to give it a lovely finish that will look very nice. That comes all the way to the bottom. And then we have our panes. Tell me if I missed something here. We're staying, like I said, in downtown Red Bay. And as I'm talking to you right now, there's a very noisy diesel engine coach outside, just arriving from, I think there's somebody coming in from Iowa, and they're making a lot of racket. So we'll just hope this isn't disturbing you. I see I'm getting a couple of interruptions. Let me know if you notice it on your end. But all you have to do, if you're interested in doing this gourd, this is a gourd that I bought online because I didn't have my bin of my favorite gourds from where we stay in Florida. I didn't have them with me, so I ordered a gourd from Amazon, and it came in one day, of course. So aren't we all getting kind of spoiled with that? But it isn't that I didn't look around here, because I did. I went to several people and said, do you know any farmers who might have some gourds? It's time of the year. They got the squashes, they got all the ornamental squashes, but I didn't find any gourds. So if you want to order one, I'm an Amazon influencer, and if you order it off of my page, I think I get a little bit, like a quarter, maybe not that much, but it doesn't change the price of your purchase. And I'm not selling these at all, but you could see the art projects that I recommend. Okay, now this one, see if you can see this one. I might not be happy with it after I put my pen on it. Like I said, I'm going to paint these with the window boxes, and let me see how my window boxes go over from here to here, and these are going to be big color. See, I just rubbed some paint off there. These are going to be very colorful, and you'll want to see all the color there. Hey Jeannie, hey Sarah. And so every day at 2:15 I do a live, Monday through Friday, and I'm off on Saturday and Sunday. And then it's from right now it's 2:15 to 2:15 Central, 3:15 Eastern. Okay, now this is the very back of, see the drain hole and where the paint is coming off. I'm going to touch that up, and mean some business when I put that on there. Okay, now I've got a door opening right here, and this is going to be a big door. This could be the front door, really. No, it can't be, because the bird comes in the other way. But I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. Tomorrow we'll start on our painting, if all goes well. I've also got a couple of steps down here, and I'll probably put a planter, because you got to have a planter at the front door, or flowers at the front door. Oh yes, and guess what else? A mailbox. Yep. So anyway, these are the steps up to you are a quiet group today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, now that is the front door, and I'm going to give it a little bit of an oval cafe window. Is that what you call it? I don't know if it's called a cafe window. We used to have a double door like this in one of our homes growing up, and it kept squeezing my fingers, you know, because the bottom half would open and the top half would close, and close on your fingers, and it really hurt. So that's not a happy memory of this kind of door, but I love the door. And I'm just going to see these areas, That's also where pen and ink is going to go on the finished product. So this live is giving me an opportunity, I think, to get all of my door done. We'll get this one done too, because this isn't very hard to pencil over. I haven't really noticed that the birds pay any more attention to my decorated houses than they do the old wooden shanties that are up there. They come back to the old ones all the time, and Jane can tell you that if she's still around. But it doesn't mean I don't keep trying, because it does brighten up your yard and it brightens up your whole neighborhood. You have comments from everybody that comes by. So I would encourage you to get on the birdhouse bandwagon. And no, I'm not nutso. I've done a lot of these and they're fun. Okay, all right. So see, now I've already finished with this one. And just for fun, I think I'll do one more cottage window, and it's going to be like this guy right here. And then, I forgot to do this. We're going to make a little overhang so nobody notices. And this is where this is where my paintbrush always takes off. When I say, okay, it's time to paint some slate a slate roof, I go crazy. My paintbrush loves little curved roof. I'm not kidding. Because yesterday, I wanted to do that. Excuse me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to paint a fireplace. And you know, when I picked up my brush, it started immediately painting a slate roof. So I had to go back and complete. I'm not kidding. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? But anyway, if you're just coming in, I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment. And like I said, if you happen to, if this live is interrupted a lot, there will be a replay, as well as I have a channel on YouTube called ARTitude Adjustment by Marty Whitney. So anyway, we've got the overhang done. And then I've got probably just enough time to do a little cottage window. And see, all I'm doing is penciling this in, and I'm going to paint over it with some very small brushes, and then I don't know why this is interrupting. I have no influence at Facebook, and they shouldn't do this. I put a few little shutters there. Don't you think that adds to it? Okay, and then I'm going to come down here. These lines, if they happen to be crooked, will be straightened out whenever I paint, because I'm going to do that. Like, I see some inaccuracies, some little inconsistencies here. It won't matter, but because if they're like, you know how you start curving and stuff like that, I'm going to see how. So all you need to do is get you a birdhouse, and you'll know by Friday, well, by Thursday afternoon, you're going to know how to finish this off, and then you're going to know what my next project is going to be next week, because every Friday I introduce a new project. So You could also go into your little settings, and there's a line that says turn notifications on, so that if there are any comments to this or any additions to this live, this is going to have a dynamite window box. You will see it, any comments that are made. Now, I'm just about through here, honestly. I've got to do, I had no idea I'd be able to do my penciling in today, but it's coming along pretty good. I teach ARTitude adjustment, and I teach all over the country. I teach fun art, not fine art, and my husband and I are full-time RVers. We have been, gosh, it's going to make me look so old. We've been doing it for 12 years, but it's been a blessing, and we've just had a ball. And I can't encourage you enough to see America first, because you can travel all day for 12 years when we didn't. We've had very easy days for the most part. We'll stay in some places for a month if I want to, or if he wants to, and we will get to know the area and the people, and I'll get to go to festivals I never would have been able to attend. Last week was a Founders Day in Red Bay, Alabama, where they celebrated the 200th birthday of their town, and it was a joy. Okay, I'm about finished now, so hey Sarah. I will be back here tomorrow at 2:15. See how many windows I've got. 4 windows. And tomorrow we're going to be starting to paint the birdhouse and the shutters and the doors and the windows and just everything. This is going to be first come, first serve. I'm not going to have any fighting birds outside of my place. And I really appreciate you being here today. It's a lot of fun to show people how to paint, and I've been doing that for about 9 years. So if you have any questions, or I can answer anything you have regarding this project, I'll be happy to. It's a great day to have a great day, and I hope you'll come back again and enjoy this live. Bye-bye now.